Welcome to Deep Thought. What you see is more important than what you hear. I'm gonna tell you what. Remember in the last episode, I talked about paying attention to people as you see them around, their behavior, their body language. That will tell you more. What you see in front of you tells you more than what you're hearing. Remember, what did I say in that last episode? Verbal communication is only 10, at best 10% of communication. Most communication is nonverbal. Pay attention to their body language. Pay attention to everything. Let me use an example. And I think I used this in one of my books. I used it in Nice Guys and Players, in fact. I got so many books out, but I digress. Anyway, if you were to see two men, and one is walking with his head up, good posture, and his clothes might not be name brand clothes, but they nice and clean, and he say he's a millionaire, you might believe him. But what if you see a guy, he's walking around, he's not confident, he's walking with his eyes down, he doesn't speak with authority, and his clothes all dirty or something like that, and he's looking slovenly. Now, he could be a millionaire, but his body language, everything else is suggesting he's not a millionaire, but he might say he's a millionaire. Pay more attention to that. Now, he could be. But see, here's the thing. What you see a lot of times will tell you everything you need to know about a person. Because it's hard to hide body language. It ain't impossible, let me be clear. But somebody could be very conscious of what they're projecting. But it's really hard to hide that. See, people can tell you anything. They can say anything. People, let's be real, people lie out here. Even like a little bit white lies, people lying, people giving whatever. But what is their presentation? What is their presentation? Like somebody can be with a group of, in a bad neighborhood or something. And they'll say, oh, I'm brave. But when they're around these people, they're around somebody bigger than them, they may be shaking a little bit. They looking scared. They looking down. You could say everything. I remember when I was doing a seminar with, shout out Mr. Lucario and Miles Cunningham, Kerry Sagan, and Taekwondo. I was doing a seminar with them up in New York. And I was reading people's body language. There was one guy, I'll never forget this guy, because he didn't look me in the eye. He didn't look me in the eye, and he showed he was very irritated with me. In fact, he walked away when I was giving a presentation. He got up and walked away. Now, he didn't say a word to me, but I went by what I saw. And I was like, oh, okay. He might be somebody who just don't like me. Okay, fine. Or bothered by me. He didn't say one word to me. He didn't argue with me. But this is what I saw. This is what I saw. Like I say, he didn't say one word, but you're gonna not look me in the eye. You're gonna get up when I'm walking around and just get out and just move away from me. Okay, there was some issue there. In fact, I was whenever I'm doing anything, I'm picking up on body language, whatever, because that will tell you more. Because somebody, he could have easily said, oh yeah, you cool, Uncle Ron, man. But his body language was saying something else. And I'm gonna tell you what you see, always pay attention to what you see, because that can tell you a whole lot more. Always, always, always. Because as I said, to start this off, people out here lying. They can tell you whatever. They can tell you, oh yeah, that's a great thing. Like, let me use a relationship example. A woman, for the fellas, a woman can tell you, oh yeah, you're great, you're handsome and all of that. But her body language, her body language isn't pointed your way. She's standing a distance from you. In fact, let me use that example real quick, but let me finish this off. She's standing a distance from you. She ain't looking you in the eye. That woman ain't feeling. Like this woman, young lady I see at the gym sometime. I noticed one thing with her, and I noticed this not just with me, but when she's talking with other guys in there, she always keeps a distance, always. It was like, okay, ain't no biggie. She's still cool to talk, but I wouldn't try to pursue like, oh yeah, let's go out or let's do something. I would never do that. It's like shoot the breeze with her and get out, because I'm paying attention to what I'm seeing, not what she's saying. She could be very cool what she's saying. Like I say, she's very friendly, but she always keeps a certain distance, consciously keeps a distance from different men. It was like, oh, okay. And I'm gonna be real, I ain't even sure she likes me. Man, that's something else. But I'm paying attention. See, you could see a lot more. Now remember in my last episode, I talked about paying attention to people's behavior, paying attention to what you see out here. Because people can tell you anything. Like I say, people lie like crazy, but it's hard to lie with your body language. Your body language shows something, even if it's like, it could be very tiny, it's how they standing, whatever. I've talked about that before, like in a relationship thing, like how a woman, like for the men, how a woman hugs you. And for the ladies too. You could tell how a guy is, if any ladies watching this, you can tell how a guy's feeling about you. Not by what he's saying. He could say, hey girl, you fine, but then he ain't showing any interest. He barely looking at you. And trust me, men, we don't hide that interest. We can tell whatever. We can tell whatever. You know? Well, y'all can tell whatever. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, I can tell, cause shit, we be like, shit, we be like, we be ready to make love to your shadow. But you gotta pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. It's like, now for people who are visually impaired or something, well, I don't know what to say about them, but for most of us, if you could see it, how are they looking? What's their body language? Are they smiling? What are they saying? How are they standing toward you? What are they doing? That tells you a whole lot right there. And it's like I say, it really is hard to hide body language. It's hard. It ain't impossible. Let's keep that in mind. There's some people out there, they could probably, some actors, whatever, they can give you whatever. But it's hard to hide it. And it tends to be more honest, But they can tell you whatever, all right? So always pay attention to what you're seeing. Yeah, they saying one thing, but what are they doing? What's their actions, all right? Pay attention to all of that. Anyway, that's all I have for today. Think on what I just said, all right? And I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.